What the fuck is up? It is your host, Erica Nalen, and welcome back to another episode of the Hangover series. I was in the 212 on the Uptown. Ooh, you know the rest of the words. You know the rest of the words. Sing it for me. I was in the 212 on the Uptown. I don't know the rest of the words, but I know you do. I know you do, Jeffrey. Jeffrey, sing it. Hey, y'all. What's up? Welcome back to the Hangover series. Welcome back. How are we doing? I'm in a weirdly really good mood right now, which is shocking considering the night that I had last night. But I'm in an awfully jolly good mood. It might be because I'm on my second cup of coffee, or it might be that there's a new moon tonight. Yeah, there's a new moon tonight. I only know that because I was doing research on the thing that happened to me last night, which is called a nightmare. I had a nightmare last night, and I was like, something has to be going on in the stars because I don't normally have nightmares. So I was like, something has to be going on. Something has to be going on. And apparently something is going on, and there's a new fucking moon. And apparently you could be having nightmares and vivid dreams the day before the new moon. So apparently that's like, I need to tap into that or something. I don't really know. I just wanted to clarify that I am not crazy and that the nightmare that I had was valid. And by hearing that there's a new moon and that you could be having vivid dreams, it validated what I was feeling. Okay? So last night I had a nightmare, and basically what happened in the dream was that my roommate was living in this like mansion, like this ginormous mansion, and then I moved in, and then we were like drinking some cocktails together. We were a little bit tipsy, and she started crying and told me that the roommate that lived in the mansion before me got killed by this random guy or something. And she was like crying, and then we were both really scared. And then all of a sudden, this guy in a cape with this like huge sword, knife, cane mixture of things, like one of those like swords where it's like curved. It's like so curved. Someone's doing some yard work outside. But one of those cane curved sword knives. That's curved. He was standing behind us with a cape with that. I actually found a photo of exactly what I saw in my dream on Google, so we'll be sharing. But he was standing behind us with that. We turn around, we see him, and then I woke up. Actually, no. We see him, we were like yelling at him, and I think I told him like, I'll fight you. So then I woke up, and then I was like scared, and I thought to myself, like, I bet it's 3 a.m. Like, I bet it's 3 a.m. because if you ever had a nightmare and then you wake up and then it's 3 a.m. and people are like, that's a bad sign. Like, that's a bad sign. So I was like, it's totally going to be 3 a.m. Like, I'm going to psych myself out. I look at my phone. It's 3 a.m. I'm like, what the fuck? Then I heard something like playing outside my door, like noises. And I was like, ugh. Is my nightmare real? Is there someone outside my door, like freaking out? I go out there and it's the cat. So all is well, but that was my kind of night that I had last night. And I never have nightmares, so I'm really confused where that came from. But then I couldn't really fall asleep after that because I was like half asleep, half awake, half frightened, you know, and I was watching TikTok videos about these kind of dreams, and they're like, you need to re-enter the dream and end it in a happy way. And I'm like, how do you end that in a happy way? Like, I don't think there's no coming back from that. So I scrolled on TikTok, and then I guess I fell asleep, but I slept like ass, and I'm confused how I'm in a good mood today. Like, I have energy. I'm ready to do activities. I'm ready to go to the grocery store. Like, I'm pumped. I want to go outside. I want to run my little feet around. I want to dip my toes into a nice warm pool. But it's March and it's snowing, so it's not an option. But like, that's kind of vibe that I'm on. Okay. I have a major update for you guys. And that major update is that Jalapeno or Honey, whatever name you want to call her. Her real name is Honey, so maybe call her that. But Jalapeno and I are friends. Jalapeno and I have made up. She's actually obsessed with me. And yeah, that's the update. I honestly thought it was going to take way longer than this, but 2.5 weeks feels like it took like a month. But she's obsessed with me. She's actually probably sitting outside my door right now. That's how obsessed she is with me. When I woke up at 3 a.m. to her like playing around, she wanted to like sit in my lap and wanted me to pet her. And I was like, girl, I just had a nightmare and I'm surprised you weren't in it. So I did pet her, and then this morning she's just been following me around everywhere. If I go to the bathroom, she waits outside the bathroom for me. If I made eggs, she's making eggs with her paws. You know, like she is following me everywhere. I've pet her so many times today. She's obsessed. And every time I leave my room, she's not staring at me in a creepy way. Like before, when I would leave my room, she was sitting outside of my room just staring at me with evil eyes. But now she's staring at me with a sweet little like meow, and like hearts are in her eyes. Like she's obsessed. So that's kind of amazing. Am I as obsessed with her back? Yeah. Yeah, I honestly am. I was gonna say no, but I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of obsessed with her too. I love an animal just like being obsessed with me. It's the best. Growing up, I wanted my family dog to be obsessed with me the most. Like I was like, oh, I want her obsessed with me, but she was most obsessed with my mom. But I wanted her most obsessed with me. And like, I think it's a theme I have in all parts of life. Like, what am I saying? Help. But my childhood dog was always obsessed with my mom. Like I literally used to like sit on the floor and be like, I will hand feed you. Like I will serve you, bitch. I want you to be obsessed with me. I want you to be obsessed with me. I definitely was her second favorite, but I like to be the most favorite. I don't like to be second. I like to be the most. Anywho, last week I told you guys that someone had texted me and was like, is this still Erica's number? And I was like, who the fuck is this? I was thinking that it was like someone that I used to work with that wanted to buy me tequila shots or something. Like that's where my mind was going, because I was just like, who is this? And it turns out that the message was from someone that I went to high school with, and they actually wrote me a very, 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 very sweet message about the podcast, and it was so sweet that I actually started crying. Real tears. Not that tears aren't real, but I was crying because it was so sweet, and I could not believe that someone that I went to high school with, that I thought was someone that bought me tequila shots with, like had such kind words to say. And it was just so sweet. I don't know. It just like warms my heart. And to that person that reached out, like, I just want to say, it's not you, it's me. And I think I have like memory loss with remembering people of the past. I don't know. I need like some clue of like, we played basketball together that one time at that one specific park doing this, and then afterwards be like, did this. You know, like if you give me a specific memory, clocked. Like I know everything, but I just genuinely forget who people are sometimes. To the extent that one time in college, I was out at the bar drinking, having fun, and some guy came up to me and he was talking to me, and he was talking to me like we knew each other, and I was just like talking back to him, blah 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 blah, and then he was like, Erica, like, you know who this is, right? And I was like, what? We don't know each other. And he was like, yes we do. And I was like, who are you? And he was like, it's Robert from history class. And I was like, what? And he's like, Robert from history class, senior year of high school, this teacher. And I was like, I remember that teacher. That teacher hated me. Hated me. I remember that class. And he was like, you used to literally like copy all of my history tests. And I was like, oh my God, Robert? Hello, I'm obsessed with you. Like, what? So that is like how bad my memory can be with people sometimes. Like, I swear I have a really good memory, but then other times I have a horrible memory until you give me a specific example. Like him saying you copied all of my history tests in class. Knew that was Robert immediately. Thank you, Robert, for that. But that history teacher, I've had a lot of teachers that definitely like hated me, which was so confusing because I like to think that I was kind of shy in class because I was, but I feel like some teachers knew that I wasn't shy outside of class or something. I don't know. Like, I swear they just like knew there was something inside of me, but like I can be shy. I can be really shy and I can be really awkward and really overwhelmed, and class settings were not for me. And this history teacher hated my guts, probably because I was copying Robert's tests because I wasn't studying for them and I could not pay attention to save my life. Like, I just couldn't. It's not that he was a bad teacher, it's just like I couldn't focus. I think the class was like the last class of the day, too. Like, my mind was elsewhere. I was the student that was always being told, like, are you in La La Land? And the answer was always yes. I'm not here right now. I am not here right now, sir. But he hated me so much that one day we came to class and we were allowed to sit wherever we wanted. Like, I think the first day of class or the second day or first week, he was like, pick wherever you want to sit next to your friends, like, sit wherever. And we were all like, yay. So obviously I was sitting next to Robert because I don't even know if Robert was like so smart and so good at tests, because I kind of have a memory of him being like, Erica, I don't know if these answers are correct. And I'm like, well, your guess is better than mine, okay? Because I have not paid attention all year. Anywho, we got to pick where we sat. So we like sat next to our friends. It was so fun. Vibes were up. Like, loved sitting next to my friends. And one day we come to class and the teacher is like, hey guys, we're gonna do a new seating arrangement. Everybody pick where you want to sit again, but like pick a different spot. Like, pick where you want to sit, but like pick somewhere new, pick something else. Like, yeah. So we're all like, okay, weird, whatever. We all pick a new spot to sit. And then the teacher is like, Erica, get up. You're gonna come sit over here next to Maggie. And I was like, what? What? You're separating me from Robert? And he did separate me, and he made me sit in like a corner by an entirely different group of people, which was totally fine, but not for the grade I was getting in that class. That was not cool. And I hated him after that. Like, I literally despised that teacher. I was like, I hate this class. This is my least favorite class. I hate it here. Because I feel like it's one thing to let us pick where we want to sit and then be like, okay, this isn't working out. Like, let's, move everybody around. But then to like let everyone pick where they want to sit and then just move me, I feel like that was kind of crazy. But also, maybe I was literally the only problem in the room. But I feel like I wasn't. You know how teachers are like, I don't want to punish everyone. I only want to punish that bitch. I feel like that's what he was getting at. Like, he's like, I don't want to punish anyone. He also was probably like, she's going to cheat off everyone. So, like, should I be sharing this? This was so long ago, and I am not in school anymore. So, there's nothing I could cheat on anymore. But that class was not for me. I was also going through a lot in high school. So, like, there wasn't time for me to study. Okay, outside of class, things were going down. things were going down. I was mentally not okay. So I feel like I was allowed to be cheating, personally. Okay? And that teacher made me hate him. And he still works there because I looked him up the other day because I was like, oh my God, that teacher literally hated me. I have like 5 teachers going through my brain where I'm like, I think they hated me as a student. Whatever. Anywho, that's my life. That's my life. Made it out alive. No, yeah, like literally made it out alive. Graduated, obviously. And we're here. And we're here. This past weekend was St. Patrick's Day weekend. Hey, who went out? At what age do you like stop going out for St. Patrick's Day also? I, in the past, have gone out normally like during the day and day drank and wore green and like did things like that. But this past weekend I went out at like 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. and I basically wore all black, and then I wore like a scarf bandana, a silk scarf bandana, if that's a thing, around my neck. But then I was getting insecure about it because I was like, do I look like a flight attendant? Which, like, it looks so cute when flight attendants wear those, but I'm not a flight attendant. I'm a girl drinking at a bar. So after like 8 p.m. hit, I was like, okay, I'm taking this off of me. No one's tried to pinch me. Like, half these bitches aren't wearing green. It's fine. I don't need to be a flight attendant anymore, you know? But we went out and I found a new addiction. And I think I talked about this 2 weeks ago, but like now I'm actually addicted. And my new addiction is porn star martinis. Porn star fucking teenies. Haven't had one, need to have one. If you haven't had one, you need to have one. I have all the ingredients at my house now because addiction. It's vanilla vodka, passion fruit puree, limes, vanilla syrup, and passion fruit liquor. OMG. It's literally the best martini I've ever had. Like, it's sweet, gets you feeling really good, does make you really hungover the next day, but like addiction. I had 6 porn star martinis on Saturday, which sounds concerning. It really does, but we were out for 12 hours, which also sounds concerning, and it really was, but like totally fine. Totally fine. We had 2 while we got ready, a little pre-game makeup sesh, and then took a break from the martinis and we're drinking like vodka sodas. And then we went to this bar that's like over here, and that is who sells porn star martinis. That's who introduced the porn star martini, and they had them, and I don't know why I had 4 of them. Like, that was definitely excessive, but I did, and that is gonna haunt me. But I don't know why I had so many. They just like go down like water. They get you feeling good, and they're really pretty. They're really freaking pretty. Maybe I was sharing them. I feel like I wasn't, but I feel like I was. I don't know. Everything is like a blur from this past weekend, and it's haunting me. And I honestly wish it was blurrier because of the things I'm gonna tell you guys. Like, I wish it was blurrier. But like, the things that I do make me afraid to leave my house sometimes. Like, I give myself anxiety because I'm like, oh. One thing that happened this weekend that made me obsessed with New York already, because this has seriously like never happened to me in my whole life, but maybe it has. But like, it has happened, but like it doesn't happen often enough to the point where it feels like it hasn't happened. One of those things. And that was that. We went to this bar. It was like a 3-story bar. I don't know the names of anything, but it was a 3-story bar, and a guy came up to me. And he was like, "You are gorgeous. You are gorgeous. You make me nervous. You make me..." I don't know. He didn't sing or anything, but he was like, "You're gorgeous. And your drink looks a little watered down. Can I get you a new one? And I was like, yes, what the fuck? And my drink actually was watered down and I really did need a new one. But I feel like guys never notice that stuff. Like, I don't ever have men approaching me like, your drink looks watered down. You want a martini? I normally have men being like, get the fuck away from me, bitch. So this was lovely. And then he was like, I'll also buy you a shot if you want a shot. And I was like, okay, talk dirty to me. And then he also was like, I'll buy one of your friends whatever they want as well. And I'm like, okay, like, say less. Say less. So we went over to the bar. But then it got a little bit interesting because then I was like, what are you getting? And he was like, I'm not getting anything. And I was like, oh, this is just for me and my friend. And he's like, yeah. And then he was like, I want you to order. And I was like, wait, what? Why am I ordering? And then he's like, I want to see how you order. So it's different. And I did order, but then I was like slightly uncomfortable because I was like, wait, why does he want to see me order? Like, is that a fetish? Like, what the fuck is going on? But I'm like, I want 1 tequila shot and 1 tequila soda. And I think my friend got a Jameson. And I think I actually have hearing issues because I like cannot hear what people are saying. Like, the bartender asked me a question while I was ordering these things, and I thought he said, like, we don't have tequila here. And I was like, oh, you guys don't have tequila? And he's like, bitch, I'm asking you what tequila you want. I'm like, do I have hearing problems? Or am I just, like, not focused on what people are saying? I don't know. I'll learn, like, later in life. Because I went to an audiologist not too long ago, actually. Maybe I told you guys this, maybe I didn't, but I actually thought something was wrong with my hearing. And I went to an audiologist, and the audiologist happened to be this guy that I used to talk to for like a really short period of time, like so long ago, but it happened to be his mom who was the audiologist. And then she's like, oh, your hearing's perfect. And I'm like, oh my God, this woman is probably like judging me because I came in being like, I think I have hearing problems. And she was like, your hearing's perfect. And then I was staring at her and I was like, how do I know this woman? And then I was like, oh my God. So I don't want to go to an audiologist again. I think that I just don't listen when people talk sometimes. Like, I can be a really active listener. Like, I'm actively listening to these sirens outside. Actively listening to these sirens go by, but sometimes I just can't hear. It's like I get distracted maybe. Like when he was like, what kind of tequila do you want? Maybe I was like looking at something else. And then I was just like, oh, you don't have tequila? And he's like, bitch, it's not what I said. And I'm like, period. But that was interesting. And the guy like got us drinks, whatever. And there's nothing I hate more. There's nothing I hate more than when like guys come up to you, which like I just don't understand. Like when guys come up to you and he's like, your drink looks watered down. Can I buy you a new one? I'll buy your friend something, blah, 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 blah. And then they get you that because they literally asked to get you that. And then afterwards, like they expect something more from that. Because I was down to have a conversation with this man, obviously. Like, we can communicate. But then after I took the shot and started drinking the drink, he kept trying to hold my hand. Like, I'm not even kidding. He would like grab my hand and he's like, come over here. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to hold your hand. I just met you and I don't want to go over there. Like, what? And he tried to hold my hand like 3 times. And then he even came up to me and was like, grabbed my hand again and was like, let's dance. And I was like, I don't want to dance with you either. What the hell? So men, just because you bought someone a drink, like, sure, you guys can have a conversation, but what the fuck? Like, don't be grabbing people's hands, okay? Don't be doing that. It's weird and I don't like it. But anyways, then I was like honestly getting really uncomfortable because I was like, why does this guy think that I owe him hand holding? Why does this guy think that he deserves to hold my hand? Like, all he did was buy me a drink. He made me order it. and he didn't even get anything for himself. Like, the whole thing, I was just like, this is weird. So luckily, one of the girls we were with was like, do you want to go to the bathroom and get away from this man? And I was like, immediately, yes. So we go to the bathroom at this 3-story bar. And first of all, the bathroom smelled absolutely atrocious. Atrocious. I wish I knew how to spell atrocious right now, but I'm not even going to try. Not even going to try. But it smelled atrocious. Like, I actually was like, I can't handle this. So then I was like, someone hurry the fuck up because I need to pee. Then a man cuts me in line, uses the woman's bathroom in front of me, like, rude. But also it was kind of like a woman's and men's bathroom, like, combined, but nasty. And then the man that cut me off in the bathroom didn't lift the toilet seat up, so he just, like, pissed all over the toilet seat. Sorry if this is way too much information to be sharing, but, like, this is the kind of life that we have to deal with when we go out. So he pisses all over the toilet seat, and then I'm like, sir, sir, you just pissed all over the toilet seat. Like, are you not gonna wipe that down? Like, that's literally disgusting. And then he went in the next stall with, like, a bunch of girls. So I was like, what? And then this man enters the mixed bathroom and he projectile vomits onto, like, a trash can. And and then he starts, like, flirting or talking. Like, maybe he was just talking, maybe he wasn't flirting, but, like, anytime a man's talking to a woman, I'm like, he's probably flirting. You know, like, my boyfriends aren't allowed to talk to other women. Just kidding, they totally are if I'm in the conversation. But anyways, he don't take that seriously. This guy is, like, talking to these people, and I think someone, like, shook his hand, and I was like, he just projectile vomited. Like, he just threw up. I would not shake his hand. And he's like, I did not projectile vomit. And I'm like, yes, you did. I literally just witnessed you projectile vomit into that trash can area. And he's like, I made it in the trash can. And I'm like, don't you want to brush your teeth? Like, you should probably go home. You should probably go home. And he's like, oh, I'm totally fine. I just needed to vomit. And I'm like, okay. And then I'm like, do you want to, like, wash your hands? Like, maybe this is where I need to, like, just leave the bathroom. Like, these are the situations where it's like, you don't need to insert yourself. But if somebody saw a man projectile vomit in a trash can and then he tried to shake my hand after, like, I would want someone to be like, hey, that man just projectile vomited, like, don't shake his hand, you know? So that's why I insert myself in these situations. And also I think I was waiting for my friend, I don't know, but yeah, I'm like, don't shake his hand. And then I think he did wash his hands, but then I started telling everybody that he projectile vomited because I was like, you might not want to get near him. He projectile vomited. And then everyone was, like, leaving the bathroom after I said that. So then I left the bathroom, obviously, because I was like, wait, why am I still in here? I'm not bathroom patrol. I don't work here. Left, and that was where I was going with that. That was, like, that just blew my mind because I don't know, like, new things are happening. I personally have only seen someone, like, projectile vomit at a bar maybe twice that I remember, and, like, they went home after. Like, they left. Like, I've never seen someone do it and then just, like, start shaking people's hands and being like, how's the weather? You know, like, maybe go drink some water. Maybe I should have gotten him water. Maybe I should do that next time. Adding that to things I should do in the future. If you see someone vomit. He honestly seemed like the type of guy that would be like, I don't need water. I need beer. Don't give me water. Give me beer, you know? So that's that. But then after that, we got pizza. And, like, I'm seriously so obsessed with the fact that you can just get pizza anywhere, anytime. And maybe that is, like, not something I should be so obsessed with. Like, I feel like everyone that I've told, I think someone at my job was like, what's your favorite part about New York so far? And I was like, honestly, the fact that you can just get a piece of pizza at any time. And they were kind of staring at me like, that's what you said? And I'm like, it is just incredible. But maybe they don't understand. But, like, You can just leave the bar, and then there's a place that's like $1.50 slice of pizza, and then you go in and you're like, I want a pepperoni slice of pizza, and then you eat it. Like, I couldn't even do that in Chicago. There were like, no, maybe I could, but it just wasn't as frequent. It wasn't as frequent. Like here, there's like 7 pizza shops on one block to choose from, you know? Like, I'm obsessed, okay? That is my favorite part so far. That is my favorite part about New York so far. But I'm also like inside because I work from home. Like, I feel like if I worked out of my home, a lot more would be happening, which I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, I always actually have like so much to share with you guys. And I really don't leave my house that often. I'm only leaving the house to like go do normal people things and then like go out on the weekends. And these things happen. So like, can you imagine what would be happening if I was working in person and like was out in the public a lot more often? What would be happening? Scary to think about, truly. But we got slices of pizza and it was just everything. It's just everything. And then I was like, maybe I should start rating pizza. My thing is, I'm really bad at making content when I'm drinking and when I'm out in public. I like to tell myself I'm just really living in the moment. And I actually think that's true. Like, I forget about my phone. I forget to text people back. I forget everything. And then I'm just like eating pizza. And then I'm just like, yeah, thinking about what bar to go to next, which leads me to my next point. This is what gave me the heebie-jeebies and made me realize, like, I'm never drinking 6 porn star martinis again, ever in my life, and I'm never going out for 12 hours ever again in my life. So we went to this bar, and there who have the porn star martinis, and we're sitting at the bar while we waited for, like, this upstairs area of it to open because they have, like, a DJ situation upstairs. So we're, like, downstairs waiting for the upstairs of this bar to open so we can go up. We're drinking porn star martinis. Everything's great. Everything's a vibe. And these guys start talking to us, which, like, again, literally never happens. So, like, I love New York. Men approach here. Men get into it. Yeah. And they were very friendly. And then all of a sudden, they have a third man pull up. They have a third guy come in. And genuinely, from the photos that I found of him the next morning and what my brain is remembering, I am like, I think I might have, well, I know I have, the thing where, like, when you are just drunk, like, everyone becomes, like, 50 times hotter. But, like, I think I have it worse than a lot of the population, and I think I might have it, and, like, everyone becomes, like, 2 million times hotter. Like, I don't know. I'm super confused because when this guy, this third friend, came into the bar, I was like, oh my god, he's kind of cute. And then he smelled really good, and he was wearing an outfit that I thought was cute, and, like, yeah. Like, he seemed like my type of man. But then when I found photos of him the next day, because obviously I Googled him, which we'll get into, but he just is not looking like how I remember. And I sent it to my friend, and I was like, this is the man that hated me. And she was like, that is not him. And I'm like, no, this is him. And she's like, what? So I'm like, maybe these are just really old photos, and he had like a glow up or something, like we all do, but I don't know. I really don't know. But basically, he was also my type because he literally had no interest in talking to me, and I feel like he hated me. But my friends were like, he did not hate you. I'm like, I feel like he hated me. But I also think men hate me when they're not, like, obsessed. Like, I love an obsessed guy that's like, well, to an extent. I've had guys in the past that are like freakily, is that a word? Yeah, freakily obsessed, where it's like, ooh, you're like a little bit too obsessed, where it's like, I'm gonna have to block your phone number. And then I've had guys on the other side of the spectrum that like hate my guts, want absolutely nothing to do with me, like literally hate everything about me, and like fully basically tell me that. And I'm like, do you want to hang out? So I've been on everywhere. I've had the men obsessed, where you like literally talked 5 years ago, and still to this day when you see them, they're like, are you talking about the time when we were talking? Are you talking about the time when we used to date? Did this happen when we dated? I used to date her. And you're like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And then I have the other guys that are like, I hate her. I hate everything you say. I hate everything about you. And you're like, about that, So this guy was giving the I hate you vibes because when we were talking, I felt like I was asking him all these questions about himself, because he smelled good and I thought he was hot, but he did not seem interested in talking to me at all. But I'm also confused because he told me what he did for work, but then someone he was friends with said he worked for like a specific genre. I don't know what word I'm looking for. They said he worked for like a specific kind of practice. And then that's how I found him the next morning, because I was like, what? Which like, it's very easy to find people. When I sent this to my friends, they were like, wait, how did you find his Facebook with only knowing his first name and his job title? I'm like, it's really not that hard. There's really not that many Ethans in the world, okay? Like, it's easy. But anywho, he didn't have like any interest in talking to me. And then we went upstairs and they stayed downstairs, because I think you have to like get on a wait list to go upstairs or something. I don't really know, but they just came up to us and they were like, do you guys want to go upstairs? And we were like, yes, we want to go to the DJ. So we went upstairs. We're having more porn star martinis. And then this is where I need to go home when I start doing shit like this. I was like looking sad or like bored out of my mind. Like I was just like, like not having a happy facial expression. And my friends are like, what's wrong? And I'm like, where's the cute guy? Like, where's the cute guy? And they were like, he's downstairs. And I'm like, well, tell him to come up here. Why is he not coming up here? So then I think one of them like went downstairs and basically told them to come upstairs, and then they did. But then the hot guy started hitting on like every single girl in the bar, which I was like, oh my god, he is so my type. Like every guy I've ever liked in the past does that shit. They do that shit where it's like you show slight interest, like you're like, go get them, and then they come up to you, and then they get up there, and then they're flirting and hitting on every single woman, and you're like, he hates me. So that happened, and then I think I was saying bye to them, and then he was like, I heard you have something to tell me. And I was like, I don't have anything to tell you, because I actually didn't have anything to tell him. Like, what? And then he was like, I don't like these games. And I was like, what games? And he's like, I don't like these kind of games you're playing. Like, if you have something to tell me, you need to tell me. And I was like, I literally promise you, I don't have anything to tell you. Like, what? Like, I wanted them to come upstairs, and they're upstairs. I didn't have anything to tell him. But he also called me an alcoholic because I told him about the podcast, and then he was like, oh, so you're a raging alcoholic. And I was like, this man literally hates me. So that happened. And then obviously the next morning I woke up and was like, who the fuck is this Ethan guy? And 1, why did he hate me? 2, why did he call me a raging alcoholic? And 3, why did he say he didn't want to play these games when I didn't have a question to ask him? Like, I'm like, did he think that he was going to come up to me and be like, I heard you had something to say? And then I was going to be like, I think you're hot as fuck, Ethan. I think you're hot as fuck and we should go home together. Like, I don't know where he thought that was going, but that's never where it was going. Like, that's not where it was going. So the next day I wake up and I'm like, so hungover. Like, actually, I was like, I should never consume that much sugar in an alcoholic beverage ever again. And I was like, I need to find a photo of this guy because, again, like, I be seeing things when I'm drunk. People look different to me. I see things differently. I don't know what I'm looking at. And so I Googled Ethan, his job title, the practice that they told me he worked under, and like the state that he said he was from / where we live now. And he came up immediately, and he lied to me about his job. He said that he was, I like don't even want to say it without giving it away because now I'm scared he's gonna listen in and be like, you fucking crazy bitch. But he said that he was this one thing and he's not. He's something different. So I don't know why he lied about that, which kind of makes sense though, because he couldn't answer any of my questions that I had about the first job that he said. But turns out he's something else. But then the craziest part about this is that he got his doctorate's degree in like 2008. And I think that makes him like way older than me. Like, does that make him like 37 to like 40? I actually didn't do the math or look into that at all, but just knowing that just knowing that he got his doctorate's degree in 2008 and I graduated with my bachelor's in 2023. It just seems like he's a bit older than me. And then I'm like staring at this photo of him and I was like, wait, he I don't know what I was looking at. Like, is this like, was I hitting on a 40-year-old last night and I didn't even know it? I didn't even know it. Like, I'm really confused now. So obviously I cannot tell people's ages, and obviously I don't know anything. But then also on his Facebook, which like, I feel like this is normal girl activities. Like, someone was like, how did you find all of this? And they were making me feel like I'm in the FBI, but like, I feel like these are just normal things that you need to be doing. Like, sorry, but it's really not that hard to find people. That's why they say like whatever they say. But anywho, on his Facebook, turns out he like also got married in like 2011 or something. I'm assuming he's not married anymore considering he was hitting on everyone at the bar. But what? I'm like, wait, this man got his doctorates in 2008, got married in like 2011. How old is he? Like, how old is he? And like, I need to not have that many martinis ever again, because if I cannot depict that someone is like 40 years old, like, is that concerning? Or maybe that's just like a really big compliment to him. Because in my mind, I was thinking he was probably like 30, like max. Like, I was like, he's like 30 max. But now knowing that he was probably like 40, I don't know. Clearly we had absolutely nothing in common. So that's crazy. But I just wanted to tell you guys that, because from now on, I think I told you guys last week, like, I'm not taking shots anymore. That was a lie. And I don't want to drink that many martinis anymore. Like, martinis get you going places you didn't know you were going. Yeah, which leads me to my next point. Is that afterwards we went to like a deli shop, because it's also a thing here. There's like so many deli shops, and my friends were ordering normal things like sandwiches, and I have an addiction to pasta salad, cold pasta salad, fucking obsessed. Like, that has to be one of my death row meals. Like, if I was on death row, pasta salad, mashed potatoes and gravy, margarita, tequila shot, like, there would be more items, but those are 2 items that like would need. Mashed potatoes and gravy, that I think is my favorite food, but like pasta salad cold, it is so good. It's so good when it's made right, and I love a creamy one. And they had that. They had it, like a big ass platter of it. And I was just staring at it and I'm like, I want pasta salad and chicken noodle soup. And he was staring at me like, how many points on martinis has this lady had? I don't know. Everyone thought that was a weird order, but oh my god, it was so good. And yeah. So I feel like that was like my official first adventure of a night out in New York City. And I had so much fun, I think. And I actually didn't really have that much anxiety because I'm like, meh. Like, hopefully I never run into those people again. But also, like, my memory is picking up different things than what it's seeing. So if I ever ran into them, like, I definitely would remember them, but like I'd probably tell myself it now. Like, I'd be like, no, sir, that is not me. No, sir, we have never met. I do not know you. I also downloaded Hinge for literally 2 days and was reminded of why I deleted it. And I think I hate that app. So there's that. I was like, I'm going to try dating again in a couple months. And then I downloaded it because I kept seeing hot men outside. So I was like, let me get on there. And then I got on there and I was like, oh my God, I need to go. I cannot be on here. So deleted that after 2 days because I just can't be doing all of that. I want to meet my man in public in a romantic way or something. I don't know. The dating apps, just like, I used to think they were fun, but I just don't think they're my kind of fun anymore. It's just like not the vibe that I'm going for. I'm adapting to this place. I'm adapting to this place. Yeah, I was gonna break out into song, but I just can't do that. I'm gonna go to the grocery store later today, and I'm very excited about it. I'm gonna try a different grocery store that I found that looks like it's not ziggity zaggity, because I'm like, I need a lot of things and I don't want to be zigging and zagging around a grocery store to find these things. Like, I just want to find them. Okay, so I'm gonna go somewhere and hope for the best, but that's that. I'll let you guys know how it goes. But I hope you guys are all having a great day. I hope you guys had a fun St. Patrick's Day. If you did anything, I hope you didn't get pinched. I like low-key still kind of believe in the leprechaun because of what happened in preschool. Story for a later date. But hope you all have a great day. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next week. Bye.